What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, guys, I want to talk about a legendary champion that is extremely underestimated, and he is a freaking beast. Now, this champion, a long time ago, was a fusion, and guess what? He is actually my fellow countryman because I'm talking about the the Count Dracula. I'm talking about Vlad the Nightborn, guys. Yes, I am from Transylvania, actually. But this Vlad is not really from Transylvania. He's from Raid Shadow Legends, from Teleria. Vlad the Nightborn, guys, an absolute freaking monster, and so many people are sleeping on this champion. Now, thankfully, I do have a 6-star blessing on him. Probably that helped quite a bit to make me feel like, oh my god, he is a freaking monster. But leaving all that on the side and all the jokes on the side too, I really think he's very underestimated and he has a very solid skill set. He used to be trash a long time ago, but then he got a buff. Void Affinity, fairly good stats, 105 speed, decent attack, good survivability. Basically, with A1, attacks an enemy, destroys the target's max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted, and also heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted. With this skill, attacks all enemies, has a chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns, also has a chance of stealing 50% of the Termiter from champions from the Bannerlords, Sacred Order, High Elves. He just hates them. And has a chance to decrease the Termiter by 50% instead against targets not from those factions. So instead of stealing it, he's just basically decreasing it. With the third skill, Mind Shroud attacks all enemies, bring bats and attacks them and sucks their blood. Not at all, but has a chance of placing a defense down and a block active skill for 2 turns. Places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns. And the passive will put a revive on that on this champion for 2 turns every time this champion kills an enemy. Also, fully heals this champion and fills their Termiter by 50% every time they kill an enemy. And will only heal and fill this champion's Termiter when Constantine the Dayborn is on the same team. The revive on that will proc anyway. Now, he has a crit rate aura for all battles. At the moment, I do not have a crazy build on him. I do have a Scroll of the Unseen Blessing Relic, which will allow him to do a bit of more damage, considering that he is gaining Perfect Veil. This one or the Erratic Coronet are some of the best budgetish relics you can use on him. I have him built on Savage, Perception, and I have a couple of Feral pieces too to boost his accuracy because I used him in Faction Wars. Now, he does not have the craziest stats. I have 7k attack, pretty low for a champion with a 6-star blessing and a relic. I have 3k defense, 46k HP, 229 speed, full crit, 265 crit damage, 358 accuracy. Now I'm gonna show you what you can do with him in some of the PvE content. He is massive for Faction Wars, normal mode, hard mode, massive for the Cursiri, massive for control on Doom Towers if you need that, and he could be good for arena progression, not for the endgame arena where you're fighting all of the filthy degenerate Krakens playing Raid Shadow Legends. But for the rest of it, is going to be a pretty good champion. Leaving all that on the side, let me go to the masteries. We have offense and support. I'm quickly going to make myself invisible for a second. We have Helm Smasher as tier 6. We have Cycle of Violence to decrease the cooldowns of skills. Now, he could potentially be very good in dungeons as well. He's not necessarily the most OP champion for dungeons, but considering that he brings so many things to the table, he can be good control and damage in dungeons. And the Leech, enabling you to get some extra healing, okay? I have a 6-star Crushing Rend on him as a blessing. So let's actually go to a dungeon. Now, as you've seen, those stats are not too crazy. And that's mainly because I do have that blessing on him. I don't want to skew the results too much. But, you know, we're bringing in quite a few different champions on this stage whenever I'm testing new champions and stuff like that. So we're going to give him a go, see what we can expect with him. To be honest, I did not try him in here. We're going to bring in an Arbiter and we're going to bring in Lydia. Now, he does need that increased attack. We can keep the crit rate aura. Anyway, we have full crit rate, so that will not affect the damage. Very curious to see what sort of numbers we're gonna kick in here. So let's start with this AoE attack first. Block active skills and perfect veil on himself. 170, 153, and we almost one-shot some of them with those stats. True, that blessing helps a lot. I'm not trying to say that, oh my god, he's gonna do that without the blessing. But pretty good considering that we have 7k attack and 260 crit damage. Sometimes I'm taking champions on the test server with a 6-star crushing rand, much crazier stats, and they don't do this, okay? They do not do this. Then, let's see if we can push him onto the next skill. We should be able to, but I'll come back again to this one. So this is the next AoE. This hits harder, 260k, or at least it feels like it hits harder. But let's do another run. And this time around, we're going to open with that skill instead. Now, as I've mentioned, he is great control for waves because of that A3 skill. But this time around, we're going to go with the A2. So let's see. Oof, 273. I mean, more or less, they feel like both of the skills deal very similar damage. But look at these enemies as well. Under 50% HP, the only one that has slightly more over 50% HP is Venus. Now, the reason why I'm always testing champions in here, because this is one of the tankiest wave in the entire game. Probably excluding some of the Cursiri, which is very hard to test because sometimes they're not available, they're different affinities, blah, blah, blah. But this is always here, always void affinity. You see? So the A3, the A2 definitely hits harder than the A3 skill because the damage numbers clearly showed it to us on the screen. But the A1 actually does a good job too. When you kill an enemy, bang, the revive on that procs anyway from the passive, and you can get some healing back too. So he's sustaining very, very good for a damage dealer. If we are quickly going to go into a Doom Tower Cursiri, no, I can't really use him anywhere in the Cursiri at the moment. I would love to be able to use him on one of these stages in Sintranos, but none of them allow me to do so at the moment. And from all of the ones that I've completed, honestly, I have no freaking clue which one allows me and which one doesn't. There we go. We've got one. We've got one. Problem solved. So, let's drop some of these funky champions out of here. Do you have gear? You have gear. So I'm going to bring you in. We're going to bring him in. Who else are we going to bring in? Let's bring in Lydia. Recently used first. Where is Lydia? I cannot use Lydia here. The Skratch, ya noob. No Arbiter either. So I'm not going to be able to get that increased attack by the looks of it. Which should be okay-ish. So let's go back to sort by rank. Maybe I can find somebody else in here. No. So I'm going to use a God Sikaraniri. No. Should we use a Suprematal? No, she doesn't have gear. Who else should we use, man? Like, I'm a bit confused right here. We're going to use a Yakal. He's free. He has gear, at least. Okay, so we have gear and hack. I'm going to use a God Sikaraniri, and I'm going to use Constantine. I don't even know if he has gear, but let's take them in for a spin. These stages in Sintranos are definitely pretty damn difficult. But champions like him will enable you to do an amazing, amazing job in here. And I actually paired the two brothers in arms, Constantine and Vlad. And look at that. No increased attack, no defense down, and we dropped 50% of their HP. So he does put in some work. 100%. I will try him in a couple of arena fights as well, guys, because I think he deserves that. I'm probably going to try and change a bit the build on him, or I'm going to try to protect him with Nacret. I'll see what we can do. But there you go. Stage 10 on Sintranos. Easy peasy. 27 turns. Vlad, the highest damage. Like Constantine, 83k damage. The heck, bro, I'm going to fire you. Yakal, 400k. Vlad, double. Really, really nice. Now, let's see what we can do in arena, considering that I am in a the lower tiers because we had a reset, we can definitely give it a go. I actually even want to try maybe versus a team like this. So I can use my Thermitor booster. Recently used first Vlad. I'm gonna bring in Ultimate that night. And I'm gonna bring in Odin to strip buffs. Because we have that Marichka HP burn is gonna be irrelevant. Right? Hopefully that AoE from Siegfried is not going to hurt too much. Let's see, can we wipe this team or we cannot? We have Harima, we have Siegfried, Marichka, Duchess. We have a bunch of nasty champions in here. So we're gonna do that. Okay, at least the stun. Can we steal this from you? Okay, beautiful. And right now I do have the increased attack. So what I want to do is put the block active skills on them. Not enough accuracy for Marichka, which most likely she's going to cleanse in a second. Okay, she healed, which is fine. I can try and strip the buffs. Okay. Siegfried won't be able to do that much because I'm going to use the AoE right now and wipe him. So he's passive procced already. Maybe a Fabian would have been better than Odin to lock their skills. Because right now I'm in a pickle. Okay, so we landed a stun again. We have the AoE available. Bang, we kill them. Lock the skills on Harima. But the other ones will revive, which is fine. I do need to take that Siegfried down though. Thankfully, block damage proc from Odin. So now Siegfried cannot wreck me. Can we kill her? Yes, we can. Ooh, he used the AoE. What a freaking lifesaver. Now, my problem is the following. If I kill Harima, but we haven't, and the revive on that just procced right on time, and we can use this. And boom! We got them down. 428k damage from Vlad. Pretty damn good. Now, Crushing Ran doesn't really do much in PvP, guys. It's just basically ignoring 6% more of the defense. So it's not that big of a deal, like in PvE. But look, Harima, damage reduction, Duchess, Marichka, Siegfried. We got them down. Now, I might have all of this team power because I have Lazarius as a mythical champion in here. Ultimate that night with high resistance. So that's why my team power is as high. But he seems to be doing a pretty good job. I'm going to try to see if I can wipe another team. And this time around, I'm going to go for 3 mythical champions. And this time around, I do not need him in here. You saw that 230k power just disappeared from Ultimate that night. This time around, I could potentially go in with an HP burn champion to melt Stone Skin if they have any. I do not necessarily need Odin. Instead, maybe a buff stripper would be good, actually. I'll keep Odin, because I don't really have a different one. Actually, my Fabian does not have gear. A Fabian would be perfect for this team. But Fabian, maybe he has gear for Faction Wars. Let me see. Fabian, do you have gear? 300 speed, 600 accuracy. Not full gear probably, but that will do. That will do. We just need to decrease the cooldowns of all of the buffs from Necrot, basically. So let's do that. They have some Stone Skin. We're going to melt that. Now we're going to do that. We decrease the cooldowns. And now we're going with Vlad. Lock. We lock the skills on everyone except Galatir. So they cannot Metamorph. A very good counter for mythical champions. That's what I said. He's not going to be meta at the very top of arena. Do not expect it, because you're fighting all of the filthy Krakens. But it could potentially catch some enemies off guard, because I bet half of you guys forgot what Vlad does, okay? And locking the freaking mythical champions, not allowing them to metamorph, is a very, very good thing. I do apologize for that. So now we got locked. Probably they're all going to try and get down my Vlad right here. But I'm going to go with the A1. If I can. Versus that Galatir. Maybe I'll kill him. Maybe I'll kill him and I get revive on that. And the reviver is gone. And now slowly I can deal with the rest. Now, of course, I do have that issue of having the decreased attack right now. But that is fine. I'm going to try to keep the lizard controlled a bit longer. So his A1 was not dealing enough damage anyway. He was locked because Vlad's A3. And now what I can do is go and kill the freaking lizard too. 70k with A1 and autopilot, auto mode, wipe the rest, and GG's. That is Vlad the Nightborn, Count Dracula, my countryman. That was all for the video, guys. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you've seen that Vlad is not a vault keeper. Vlad actually brings in tons of utility for a lot of content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.